Good Wednesday morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing. We go to our fire potential impacts, and we do expect a significant and fairly long duration wind event starting Wednesday and Thursday across the western portion of the Great Basin, pushing further eastwards as we go towards the end of the week. Behind it, especially in northern and western areas, it will be cooler, more moist weather conditions giving some relief. But in the short term, we have significant wind and low humidity concerns across our area. Taking a look at precipitation and lightning past 24 hours, we did have some scattered light shower activity across the eastern portion of our area. And you can see we did have some scattered lightning through there as well, a little bit here along the Idaho-Nevada border. Fire activity, where some of that lightning was up in far northeastern Idaho and eastern Idaho, there was some small fire activity. Otherwise, we do have some significant fires. The larger the circles, the larger the fire here in central Utah, and a little bit along the Sierra front as well, given by the red circles are the fires that are new in the past 24 hours. Observed precipitation for the past 7 days. You can see it's been quite dry across Nevada and a good chunk of western Utah, and even in the southern Idaho. These are fairly light amounts. The past 30 days shows where we did have significant wetness in our northern areas, as well as the higher terrain of the eastern portion of the Great Basin, even down into the Arizona Strip. But they've been dry for quite some time since then. Fuel conditions, ERCs, not as critical in our northern areas in terms of the ERCs themselves, but we do have seeing a trend towards increasing ERCs to borderline critical in some of our southern areas. Look at our 100-hour fuels, which correlate well with lighter fuel activity fires. You can see that the really critical 5 or below stage is covering about the southern half or southern 2/3 of Nevada, Utah, and down to the Arizona Strip. These are areas that could be prone to grass and brush fire activity as we go through the next couple of days. And here's a look at our satellite imagery with the upper level map superimposed. In the short term, a ridge of high pressure down over Arizona and New Mexico, pushing upwards with considerable heat as well as dryness across our area. But the big weather feature is this unusually deep low pressure system in the Gulf of Alaska. It is spreading some moisture into the coastal areas, but it's this tightening height gradient, these lines in yellow. The closer they are, the stronger the winds. And as these winds push into the Great Basin, they will have much less moisture than is shown on the satellite imagery here. That's our main concern for the next couple of days. And here's a look at our upper level map on the left hand side for later today. You can see the high pressure ridge building, the drier air being pushed in from the southwest with southwest flow ahead of this deep moist low that is still well offshore. We apologize, we're missing the map version of our 7-day due to technical difficulties, but this is the area of concern through here. You can see we do have a little bit of high risk for winds as we go into western Nevada and further down into parts of southwest Utah. So in some of these areas, we will start to see increasing winds. That's the area through here where we do have some high risk. If we take a look at the weather picture, it'll become a little bit more clear where the more significant winds will be today along the Sierra front, along through a good portion of southern central Nevada into parts of southwest Utah and the Arizona Strip. You can see the low humidities down in those areas. We go into Thursday. That wind field from that low comes in better to the Great Basin. Fairly dry conditions across eastern areas. Humidity starting to increase in our northwestern areas. So in this line through here, you can see where we have high risk for multiple areas through here. Again, being more apparent on the wind field, especially across most of southern central Nevada into a good portion of Utah and the Arizona Strip. A lot of these winds out here in western Nevada, we'll start seeing some higher humidity with the drier humidities as you push further to the south and to the east. Now looking at Friday, on the left-hand side, the deep low with its moisture pushing into the Pacific Northwest and the far northern portions of our area. We'll still have drier air pushing into some of our southern and eastern areas. So again, this is for Friday, so it'll be this area through here. You still see some high risk for a good portion of our area. This will be mainly for southern and eastern areas. We can see better on the wind and humidity field where the strongest winds will be. Also pairing it with the driest humidity down here. Notice the humidities start increasing quite a bit as you head further to the west and to the north. So the humidity portion will not be critical in these strong wind fields, but down here they indeed will be. precipitation over the next 3 days. There'll be some up in the mountains of central Idaho, maybe a quarter to a half inch of rain, otherwise little to no precipitation anywhere else. And we take a look further down the road. So we go into Saturday, still a strong wind field through here, but notice we're out of that tannish color, so the humidities will be coming up in all areas. We don't have any significant concerns through here, except for a little bit down in the southeastern portions of Utah. And then as we go into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, notice that the wind field still stays quite strong. We get a bit of a return of drier air into southern Nevada. I'll have to watch on that. But notice that the 7-day, a lot of our fire danger that's based on fuels has modified quite a bit. We go to 7-day precipitation accumulation. Again, we notice that a lot of that's been up in Idaho, but most areas south of there will be fairly dry. And looking at our 8 to 14-day outlook, taking us from June 14th through the 20th, a cooler than normal signal across the northern portions of our area, near normal to slightly warmer than normal to the south, but a dry signal through that area as well. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.